Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing the second video testing out the Sharp's Brother Badlands muzzle device. Okay, so this is a muzzle brake that includes a blast forward shield. Okay, so today we're going to mount this on my AR-10. Okay, so we're going to be shooting 308. In the first video that I did, I had it on AR-15s. I was shooting 223. And if you guys haven't seen that video, you should go check it out. What I tested out I was comparing this against two other muzzle devices. One was my Radical Firearms Spitfire. That one actually did the best, but the problem with that is that it is no longer available. You can't get it. Okay. The other one I compared it against was the Core Valley Linear Comp, which was like a $35–40 linear compensator. So this one's about $120. And in the 223 video, right, this did a little bit better against the Core Valley linear comp. Okay, so I had to do a lot of shooting to really get a sense of it. But yeah, it did do a tiny little bit better. The thing to consider is the trade-off, because this is bigger, it's more bulky. I don't know if it's that much heavier, but it's bigger compared to the Core Valley that was smaller. But you know, when we're talking about shooting 223, 5.56, there's just so little recoil. Most of the time I just shoot it with a regular A2 flash hider. So that's what I have on most of my AR-15s. So on the 308, okay, that's where this is going to matter, okay? Because that's what I primarily bought this to put this on. Because with the AR-10, when I'm shooting, okay, it's really like when I take a shot, it moves my reticle off the target. And this one over here has an adjustable gas block. So even with gassing it down, even with having a heavier buffer weight in there, have a heavier spring, it still moves me off target. So I really need a muzzle brake on it, but the problem with muzzle brakes is that they're just so loud that they become so much of a distraction that I end up shooting worse. Okay, so what I need is a shielded muzzle brake, which is what this is. So we're gonna see how effective this is versus we're gonna be comparing it against just a regular flash hider, right? That's what's on this. That's what's on here, right? Just a regular flash hider. And we're going to see how it does. I'm going to take multiple shots on the target. I'm shooting at 150 yards. I'm going to first shoot the standard flash hider because I haven't shot this AR-10 in a while, so I just want to get a sense of where that is. Then I have a vise over there. I'm going to get I'm going to take the flash hider off. I'm going to put this one on, take another 5 shots. And then I got also, because this is a 20-inch barrel, once I get this on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 16-inch upper, throw it onto this lower. I'm going to take another 5 shots, and then take another 5 shots. So we're going to do a total of 20 shots, and we're going to, you know, that should give us a good idea of like, is this a significant improvement? Because you know, now we're comparing it to a flash hider, okay? So, and 308 does have recoil, okay? It's not like 223 where it's like, you know, like if you put a muzzle brake on it, it's like, it just, you know, even like with a standard muzzle brake, the difference is tiny, okay? So we're looking for a significant improvement here with this Sharp Brothers Badlands, okay? So let's do this right now. So I have this has an adjustable gas block. I have it gassed down. So, you know, I actually have the an Allen key here. In case I'm not cycling, I can open it up a little bit. So I have this pretty much like at the lowest gas setting that I think that the gun will run in. Okay, All right, so I gotta open up the gas. So yeah, it's throwing me out of the scope pretty good. I'm gonna open up the gas valve because that time it failed to cycle. I'm shooting the 150 grains Freedom munitions. Okay, these are actually pretty hot loads. I think the velocity on these is like 2,800 feet per second. Energy is somewhere around 2,500 foot-pounds. So these are pretty hot loads. They also, like, I've hit 1-inch groups at 100 yards. And I actually hit 1.1 at 1,000 yards with that ammunition on this Palmetto rifle, okay? So Palmetto AR-10 here with that budget Freedom munitions, $18 for a box of 20 rounds. I did a video on it. I posted it. 1.1 MOA at 1,000 yards, and that's with the flash hider. That's without a muzzle brake. Okay, I'm empty. Am I empty? Let it fill. I lost track. Okay, so I got a good sense of how much this is throwing me out of the scope. Okay, we're gonna change the muzzle device now. There you go. That's the Prisma barrel extension device. Top of the barrel is not the most best place to put it, but it works. All right, so we're also removing the what do you call this? The crush washer. You're not supposed to use a crush washer, okay? And we're gonna put the Sharp Rose Badlands now on it. So this is a 5/8 by 24. When I shot it with the basically, I was able to shoot this on my AR-15 because I also bought an adapter that allowed me to shoot it. The adapter's like, it was like $10 for two. Put you back together. All right, so I'll give you guys a look. All right, so that's what this sucker looks like on the barrel. All right, so you're not supposed to use a crush washer with this. You're supposed to just put a little bit of rock set. Although I find when I shoot this thing just gets tighter. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this really improves it because I've been looking for a solution. So I'm really hoping this is the solution. Check it, tape. All right, here we go. We're gonna fire 5 rounds. Okay, 150 yards. Yeah, without a question, there's an improvement. There is an improvement. I like it. I like it. There was with the 223-556, the difference is just so negligible. It's so small, right? Whether you got a flash hider or you have a standard muzzle brake, you're not going to feel a difference. But on the 308, big difference. I was able to stay on target and you know, it wasn't throwing me off. I mean, this is an improvement. This is a keeper. Okay, so yeah, it's got to be on an AR-10. I mean, it's got to be on a 308 gun. I mean, I don't think you're gonna get that much of a benefit out of putting this on a 5.56 223 gun. Let's do this again. This time, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my other upper on here. So I'm gonna try and take 5 shots really fast. Hopefully I won't have to stop to adjust the gas because, like I said, I haven't shot this in a while, and I don't remember what I was shooting the last time. That actually didn't lock back on that last round, so I'm gonna open this one. I mean, I got all 5 off, but no lock back. Okay, so I opened it up one. So yeah, this was so even though this is a 16-inch, I mean, it was moving. Like I was fighting to get this back on target. This is a primary arms 1 to 10. So I did have a wider field of view, but I still had to fight to get it back on target. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna 150 yards. I shot this at 25 magnification before. Let's see how 10 looks. Actually, I'm going to go up to 25 again because 25 tends to throw me out of the scope more. That time it threw me out a little bit tighter. Didn't lock back. I gotta open this gas up one more notch. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the gas as low as possible. So yeah, I mean, it didn't take. I mean, I fired a total of 20 shots. 10 on, 10 of them were with this Badlands muzzle brake / blast shield. And with the AR-10, this is an improvement. This is definitely an improvement over the just using the flash hider. Like I said earlier, with the 223-556, the difference was like really minor, but on the shooting 308, that's where you're gonna see the difference. So, hey everyone, I'm gonna shoot this Badlands again. What I'm gonna do is I put a steel target this time out at 150 yards. So I'm gonna try to fast fire 10 rounds on that and then I'm going to move back to 200 yards, and I'm going to see how I do there. Now, I did, since I've already determined that this muzzle device is a keeper, I did put some of this hot lock on it. So this is an alternative to Roxette. Okay, so this is like the Amazon special. It's good for up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So, basically you can save a little bit of money with this. So anyway, let's fire those 10 rounds, and then we'll see. Let's see what 200 yards feels like with this. Oh, as far as the noise, I did not see like a major difference between shooting the flash hider and shooting this this muzzle device. No significant noise change. Not considering that the muzzle brake is usually a lot louder, that's a good thing. It's a very wet day today. So for me to be doing this in the rain, I mean, I really wanted to know how good this thing is. Losing the target a little bit. It's better than that. It's better than the flash hider, but still losing the target a little bit. Now it is like foggy, so through the fog, I mean it's actually like I'm shooting through haze here. So the target isn't very bright right now. Yeah, I can. Oh, this thing's smoking. Probably just the water that's smoking off of it. Feel the smoke that's coming out of this thing. Now, I don't think that's the muzzle brake. I think that's just the water that's on it. That's just like, smoking off. Let's go back to 200 yards. I don't know if I'm going to be able, because the target's a small plate. It's I think it's a 6-inch plate, 6x3. It's white with a red stripe through it, so I can barely see it at 150 yards. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it at 200 yards in this weather. I'm going to have to put a sling on this because I got to carry this through the woods. Get to the other position. I got to carry this, and plus I got to carry the tripod. So. Plus I got like water and all the shit on my glass too. So these are all things that are making this shooting a little bit more difficult. All right, let's go walking through the woods. Okay, no two ways about it. My ass is getting wet today. Whoa. Right, let's try to clean the glass up a little bit. The water off of it. I mean, these are shitty conditions, but that's life, man. That's what you get. That's what you get. You gotta shoot it. see it. A little bit more this way. Yeah, I can barely see it. 200 yards in this mist. There we go. I got it. I actually had to dial back from 20 because at 20 it was getting a little too dark. Yeah, well, this goes all the way to 25, so I'm at 13 or 14, 13 now, because that's where I'm getting the best light, best visibility under these light conditions. Hit. Didn't hear that one. So that's definitely an improvement over having just a flash hider. It's still moving you. I mean, it's still going to come off target, but it comes off target less. So the other thing I like about this is, you know, it doesn't add a whole lot of weight. So this doesn't add a whole lot of weight up there. So yeah, I think this is a keeper. You always want a sling that tightens when you pull it, because otherwise you can't get it on your back. Sling's got to tighten this way, not that way, because the arm doesn't go that way so well. Arm goes this way.